just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Strap in. This will be a good one. Two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. Up, he'll try and run. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the second level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. 20! And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Browns nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
That's good.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. 48, hey, 33. Coming this way, coming this way.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now back to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown. That
felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You got a lot to handle in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Browns 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to look deep down the field. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Accelerating, and off he goes. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 4th touchdown on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Mayfield on play action. Flushed out right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
A loss of
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Ravens 21, Browns 7.
That's taken on the 25. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
2-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. From the gun, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
brings up.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
3rd down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. There they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to run with Mack. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marlon Mack, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Score, Ravens 28, Browns 7. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Regular. Big time.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Mayfield. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
41-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. This could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the 2nd quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the 2nd half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a timeout taken.
He was brought down.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
At the Browns' 43-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's a give to Matt. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Here's Mayfield. Throwing right, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Turnover on down.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back.
Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Browns are back within a score. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
That's the score. Ravens 28. Browns.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Jackson now to throw on third down. And that is incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
Over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Succop, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl? Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
48 months. Hurry. Mike, 48. Point it right.
Following the interception, Mayfield steps away to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
A second down throw for Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
86.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
5-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. How does that affect the psyche? Am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of a team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Ravens.
From the gun, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
To Marquise Brown. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 4.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
At the 32-yard line.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Out to his left. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
He was taken.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's taken in by Duvernay.
Jackson.
A gain of 6 there on first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And some room to work. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Play action. It's Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. They'll run with Dobbins, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
The kick is good.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
9-yard line. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 71 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 38. Ravens 30.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25. Yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Mack. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This time, Jackson will throw it. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st down, Dobbins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Olivier Vernon brings him down. number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 28-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the...
Justin Tucker to kick off.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 16 yards, a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And now he's going to use his legs. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception. Really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down.
Bud Dupree, a former 1st-round pick, in on the stop. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him work, can't relate. Watch his dirt, out the mud, out the dirt.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. To throw, Mayfield. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we got the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Cleveland, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to 5.
Thank you.